One of the things that obviously fraud prevention, identity theft, and all these different things, cargo theft, have been major issues in the industry, not just over the last 40 years, but for a very, very long time, but specifically during and post COVID. So, talk to us about how platforms like My Carrier Portal and how you individually and your team are taking steps to prevent fraud, minimize the damage, and how extensive is the fraud problem in the industry today?
The extent of fraud is, I mean, it's a huge market. I think they said like $500 million is what they're projecting with losses. I will say, as far as like all the carriers out there, it seems to be like a 1% actual amount of carriers, but they just bombard everybody and they hit multiple people multiple times. So it's not like there's an enormous amount of bad guys out there. It is the same bad guys doing the same things over and over again. It's kind of what we're seeing. So in one hand, that's great because it's kind of easier to detect them. On the other hand, they're getting craftier because there's, sharpening their knives and getting more skilled at things. So on the fraud prevention side, we're having to basically constantly come up with new innovative ideas. I mean, I have a development meeting weekly, really like twice a week, going over stories that I've heard because luckily I have enough of a network on LinkedIn where people are messaging me like, hey, this happened to me, either my customers or not, telling me what's going on, even on a driver carrier level. They're saying, hey, this is what happened to me fraud wise. So I'm able to kind of take all that information and then kind of take it into, okay, how can we, if I dissect this problem that happened, how can we take this and what if we added this? Would that have prevented it? Possibly. And then kind of making it where, because you want that prevention, but you also don't want to bottleneck yourself where you're not working with carriers. Because like I said, it is a 1% thing. So the 99% that are good, like you don't want to not work with them. So there's a fine line. And that's kind of the biggest reason why MyCarrierPortal's had to really develop a lot of new features, especially in the past couple of years. So really having to do that, but also working with our customers to say like, hey, we're wanting to come out with this, test this out. Is this going to affect your network? Are you going to have, I mean, I was a broker for 8 years. Like I get, this is like a super tough load. It's got multiple stops. Like I'm Hail Marrying this. Like I got to find somebody. I'm desperate. So I've been there and I don't want to have a system that's going to prevent me. Like I finally found somebody and I'm willing to roll the dice. Like I think there's that, it's a mix, right? Because brokers like to gamble. So that's where I think MyCarrierPortal really does well at is you're still able to use your flow, but then also be protected. So